Okay, so watching porn is bad for you. The reasons why is you're just constantly wasting your energy. You're just busting a nut. You're doing all this stuff, and when you bust a nut, do all that, you get post nut clarity, and then when you get that, you feel shameful. You feel ashamed that you're doing that. You're just hiding away, and it feels naughty. It feels bad. It just feels bad. And just making it's on top, makes you feel shameful, and it's not good, bro. It's not good. It's not good to do that stuff. Just it makes you feel shameful, guilty when you get that post nut clarity. And on top of that, you just waste energy. Like once you're done, like doing all that, you just feel tired. I don't know why. You just feel tired. You just don't do anything after. Just sit there, lay down, and just waste time. You just don't do anything. And another thing is that it just makes you feel awkward. It just makes you it makes you feel weird around people. Makes you want to hide away from people. Like, bro, if only they knew what I was doing. If they knew that, I was just checking off like 5 minutes ago. 5 minutes ago, like it just makes you have that mindset of just wanting to hiding away from everyone, because just from doing that, just makes just doesn't make you feel good. On top, makes you have low self-esteem, where you don't have confidence in yourself. You don't have confidence, and you don't believe in yourself. You don't believe in yourself around people. Like you just see yourself as a loser. You see yourself as, like how I said earlier, see yourself as someone that's trying to just hide away. You just don't want to be around people after you just done that. And yeah, it just makes you hide away from people, makes you feel shameful, guilty, and low self-esteem. And on top, low confidence. How you just low confidence. You just have people are gonna see you, like people are gonna see it. People are gonna see that. Oh yeah, this kid. I can tell this kid jacks off. They're gonna see that, and when you jack off, you're gonna have low confidence. In how you see yourself, because you just see yourself as like someone that's watching porn, vapping, doing all this stuff. It's not good. It's not good, but you can't stop it. You can't help it, because it's like crack. It's a high dopamine. How high dopamine? It's a high, and it's just like similar to drugs, where it's an amazing high. It's a good high, like, not a good high, but it just is similar to crack. It's similar to like cocaine and all these drugs. And yeah, just don't do it, bro. Don't. It's not worth it. It's not, because I've been there. Watching all that stuff day in and day out, 3 times a day, maybe sometimes 5 times a day. It's not worth it, bro. And on top, it just makes you awkward around girls. Just because when you watch porn, you see them like that, and the more you're watching porn, the more day in and day out, you're gonna start seeing them like that. You're gonna see them as sex objects, when in reality, they're just normal human beings, normal people that just have lives. They're just going about their lives, and when you watch porn, you just see them as just sex objects, because you're just so consumed in watching porn, and you just think like to yourself, oh, like what if I? You just see them as sex objects, and you just want to fuck them, bro. You just want to see them for who they really are, and that's something that you just gotta be careful with, with watching porn. Because if you really wanna have a good relationship with with a girl, with your future wife, all this stuff, with a good marriage, you gotta let go of this stuff. You gotta stop doing this stuff, because it's not good for you. It's gonna. Because imagine your girl catching you watching porn, or maybe your wife. Imagine how they would feel, just seeing how they're not enough for you, and then you gotta do this. Imagine what would happen in that relationship if you're just watching this. So just gotta let go of it. Let go of it, bro. Let go of like all of it, bro. It's not worth it. And yeah, just porn makes you into a lesser man, a lesser person. It just makes you weak. Just stop consuming it, bro. It's not worth it. It just makes you feel awkward around women, have low self-esteem, low confidence, and just makes you want to hide away from everyone. Thinking to yourself, like, if only they knew. And it's just not worth it, bro. It's not worth it. Just wasting your energy when you could be using that energy in something more productive. You'd be like, instead of doing that, you could do that with your girlfriend, or going for a run. Use that energy. Use that energy as for something good. You turn that negative into a positive. So just use the energy as something good. And yeah.